Hello, all you beautiful people. This is Intentional Healing, and I am Nicole Bridger. Today, I want to talk to you about feeling safe, what that means to you, and how do we even get there, and the impact it can have on you when you're not feeling safe for long periods of time. So before we begin, like always, taking a deep breath. And for this next little while together, just allowing yourself to be here. Collecting your attention, thoughts, and energy that's scattered out there in the world. And just bringing it all back into you now. For this next little while. So living in Bali with two dogs. I have two rescue dogs that I love so much. I walk them every day. And there are a lot of dogs in Bali. A lot of stray dogs, a lot of dogs that look stray but actually have homes. And then also love dogs. But what I notice is, let's call them street dogs, dogs that don't have homes, that are fending for themselves, that don't know if they're going to eat today. They are trying to find food. They are being mistreated by humans, being kicked or shooed away. Perhaps they don't look very nice either. They are struggling with health issues. They are being attacked also by other dogs. Dogs are territorial. And are not even able to sleep peacefully because they always have to be on guard. And I walk by these dogs all the time, and I can see so clearly the impact that it has on them to not feel safe. And especially over long periods of time, what that does to their health, their physical health, to their emotional well-being, to their happiness, and how they're constantly living in fear, and that stress, what that stress does to them. And then I look at my dogs, who are so unconditionally loved. They get so much physical affection, cuddles all day, every day. I work from home. They're, not alone a lot. We also have two cats, and so they're all together happy. They always have companionship. They have good food every day. When they are sleeping here, they are safe. They know that they are safe. And what a difference that makes in their personalities. They are the friendliest dogs to all other dogs and all humans, even to our kittens. They are so loving and cuddly and kind, and they share, and they play, they smile, they are physically so healthy. Even the one with just 3 legs, he is so strong and so healthy. They get so much exercise every day, a lot of play. Their coats are shiny, their skin is healthy. So why I'm kind of going at length about that is that I'm hoping that while I'm saying all of that, that you are relating in your own mind to what that looks like in a human way. Because when I'm seeing this, I'm often relating it to humanity and what happens when a human is under stress and not feeling safe for long periods of time. Can be even short periods of time. Because to not feel safe really is about stress. Now, there's two kinds of safe that I want to talk about for humans. One is physical safety and one is emotional safety. But the body does not interpret stress of those two realms any differently. The body responds to stress in the same way. So, physical safety is one thing. The human basic needs are shelter, food and water, and community, a sense of belonging. If we don't have those basic needs met, then we are in such a high state of survival, stress. How this could be related to in sort of modern thinking now is if your home isn't safe. So perhaps you have shelter, but it isn't safe. Perhaps there's abuse of some kind in your home, and to be in the home feels very stressful. Perhaps your physical body is not well. You are experiencing some kind of disease. You are working on healing some kind of physical disorder or disease, even some kind of physical trauma, whether that be a broken bone or anything like that, where your physical body is not feeling normal. That also can be very stressful. And when we're under that kind of stress, it really brings us down to the basics. We're not able to handle a lot more than what's going on, what's requiring our immediate attention. Think of it like if the house is on fire, you can't think about decorating it. You have to address the immediate issues or dangers that feel like being in survival. So if you are experiencing some kind of physical unsafety, like an abusive relationship in a household, like imminent health issues, they are going to require you to do something. That is going to require you to take some kind of action. The one thing that I do know about taking action is to always, and this is quite tricky when you're in such high stress, is to do your best to slow down enough so that you can be making decisions not from a place of fear, but from a place of trust. Trust that it's going to be okay. Trust that you have the ability. Trust that you have the support. Trust that you can do whatever you need to get through this. And trust that the universe has your back. But like I said, it's a difficult thing when you are drowning to even consider your intention in that moment. When you are drowning, you're just really looking for the lifeline. You really feel quite desperate for the lifeline, and you'll take whatever's within reach. So please be gentle on yourself if that's resonating for you right now. But more, what I also want to talk about today is our emotional safety, which is one that can be a little bit harder to see, and a little bit easier to shift once you see it. So it might be easier to think of someone rather than yourself in this moment, but trust whatever comes up. You might know someone, a friend or relative, who is creating a stressful situation unnecessarily, who, because of the way that they perceive their existence, they are not feeling safe. But because of how they are witnessing and seeing their life. So, for example, someone who has a deep-seated fear of not being lovable, not being worthy of being loved, they will be externally looking for validation. Show me that you love me. Prove to me you love me. Grasping on like a lifeline. Holding on too tight. Fear of losing. So this is an example of when somebody is creating a feeling of unsafety and increasing the stress in their life every day because of the beliefs that are running their lives. They are afraid, and therefore they are allowing those fears to drive the bus, to dictate the thoughts that they are having in each moment, how they are perceiving. When someone gives something to them, perhaps instead of saying thank you, they say, well, I gave you more, or when will you give me again, or always kind of thinking about the lack. And it's never enough. It's insatiable. So now that you've sort of perhaps been able to think about somebody you know, and you are able to see how their own thoughts are what is creating an experience of unsafety, can you now look inside yourself and think about areas in your life where you are, with your thoughts, creating an experience of stress? Because what we do is we, with our thoughts, kick ourselves into survival mode, into fight or flight. Our body responds just the same way as the house on fire. It rushes all your survival hormones, and over a long period of time can have huge effects on your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health. And your thoughts, your own thoughts, not other people's thoughts, only you can shift your own thoughts and beliefs. This is not up to anybody else to prove to you that you are lovable, This is up to you. Not only to realize, but to remember. To remember your true essence, to remember your divinity, that you are lovable just as you are. This takes time. You have, for probably most of your life, been in this mode of survival in your mind. And as you slowly remind yourself each day that everything is okay, you are lovable as you are, and you begin to slow down that sympathetic nervous system that kicks in that fight or flight, you allow yourself to become more aligned to your true self, your divine self. You slow down and begin to listen. So just like when the house is on fire, it is not the time to decorate. The journey inward is a huge privilege, and one that when people are in a space of physical unsafety, is often not available to them. But when you are in a mental state of unsafety, this is totally available to you. This is the perfect time to begin starting to take control over the life experience that you are having. If you are not enjoying the experience that you're having in your own mind, in your own life, you're feeling a lot of stress and unsafetyness. Starting to perceive it as something separate from yourself, your thoughts, your beliefs, and the stress that you are creating yourself as separate from everything that you feel like is happening to you. You will be able to slowly remove yourself. Take a deep breath and begin witnessing the thoughts and beliefs that are running in your subconscious mind, that are kicking in that sympathetic survival system. So I hope this is helpful for you guys, for those of you out there that are not feeling safe. And please know that I acknowledge how tricky that is, how scary it is. Go slowly, be gentle and loving to yourself and others. Have a blessed day.